Some United Kingdom lawmakers have written the Commonwealth Secretary-General Patricia Scotland over the widespread violence in Nigeria. The lawmakers, including Caroline Cox, David Houghton, Jean Shannon, and Helena Kennedy, said thousands of civilians in the country had been killed and elements of the Nigerian government may be complicit in the violence. Others who signed the letter are Lord Williams, Lord Carey, Dr. Christopher Coxworth, Philip Mount-Stephen, Lord Stoddart, Lord Addison, Lord Cormac, Sir Geoffrey Nice QC, Ayo Adedun, Ewelina Ochab, Mervyn Thomas, Dr. Carters Gondwe, Neville Cright-Smith, Dr. John Ebina, and Anne Buwalda. The sought intervention on the killings in Nigeria, highlighting the helplessness of the current administration. The letter reads, "We write to highlight urgent concerns about escalating violence in Nigeria, where attacks led by Boko members, Fulani herdsmen, and other Islamic militia continue in northern and central Belt states, with reports of increasing violence in the southeast." According to a report by the UK All-Party Parliament Group for International Freedom of Religion or Belief, thousands of civilians have been killed and elements of the Nigerian government may be complicit in violence. The APPG's concern reflects the findings of a report by Amnesty International, which concludes that the Nigerian armed forces have committed war crimes and crimes against humanity during their operations. The Nigerian former Army Chief of Staff, Lieutenant General Theophilus Danjuma, whom some of us have met and spoken to, says the armed forces are not neutral. They collude in the ethnic cleansing by Fulani herders. He insists that villagers must defend themselves because depending on the armed forces will result in them dying one by one. The ethnic cleansing must stop. The state's failure to protect its civilians is a clear breach of its obligations under the Commonwealth Charter in respect of human rights. There is now an urgent need to ensure adequate protection and aid for those suffering the loss of family members and destruction of their homes and livelihood, and also to end impunity by ensuring that complaints related to human rights violations are promptly, inadequate, and impartially investigated, and those responsible are held to account after fair trials. We write therefore to ask whether you are able to respond on behalf of the Commonwealth Ministerial Action Group. We should be very willing to meet in person, or perhaps more practically online via Zoom, to discuss how we might proceed. I don't understand when this kind of a thing will be happening. The government and those who are supporters of what is not right will be telling you that is not the situation. Then what is the situation? And they will come and tell you that yes, we know that there are pockets of problems here and there, but the way and manner, before you know it, they will start blaming Khan. They will start blaming Khan. Before you know it now, they will tell you, oh, Theophilus Danjuma is because Buhari has blocked the oil well, oil whatever. What has that got to do with the lives of millions, thousands of people there that are wasting every day? What has that got to do? Irrespective of what is causing it, whether you believe it is a religion, affiliation, or whatever. But the important thing here is that people's lives are not safe. Just yesterday, what happened in Benue State? What happened in Benue State? We all saw what happened. We heard. If you didn't see, we heard what happened. A whole state has been thrown into mourning again. It's been happening over and over again, and the government seems just like these lawmakers, as if the government is really helpless in this situation. Whether that is the polite way to put it, because it goes beyond that. It goes further than that. If you say, oh yeah, maybe they are helpless, that is just trying to make it lighter, but it goes beyond that, because you can't say they are really helpless in this situation, because people don't believe that. Because when you see situation of things and you just trivialize it as if it is nothing, the question is that if these people, if it is their family members that are involved, we are talking about these politicians, whether low or top politicians, if they are children of they are children, because if you even say maybe close relatives, they might not really feel it if it is a distant family member. But when we talk about their own children, would they handle this kind of a thing, this situation? Would they handle it like this? Everybody is saying the same thing, from US, from whatever. Okay, the people who are affected are complaining. They will tell you you have to shut up. Oh, because you didn't win election, because one or two things or whatever. They will just be, I don't just understand. Other people will still talk. They will tell them that they don't know what is happening in Nigeria. The ones that are affected, they will be complaining. You will tell them, you begin to give excuses just to downplay the whole thing. I hope this whole thing, it will get to a very meaningful stage, that things will be done accordingly. Because you can't have a president like this and you don't even hear from him. It is through the spokesperson that you are going to be hearing stuff. And those ones will be coming from the angle of defense. And the next thing, they will be calling people wailing wailer. They will be calling people all manner of names. Obasanjo will come and talk. They will tell you, oh, Obasanjo does not have a moral standing to criticize them. They will begin to look into what Obasanjo has done in the past. We are talking of what is happening to people now. They will not listen. They won't listen. And that is exactly what it is, because their responsibility is to make life comfortable for people. Their lives and their properties must be protected. But what do we have? None of these things that the masses are gaining. Well, Nigeria is still diverse, ideologically, socially, ethnically, and essentially. When a section works for the progress of the country, another group, desperately in need of power, will revert the effort to zero out of nepotism and callousness. I think the answer to Nigeria's is separation into Arewa, Oduduwa, Biafra, Pandev republics, although Arewa may like to fuse into Niger Republic. How about that? Well, the federal governments are the sponsors of this whole thing, coming very late after many deaths of innocent citizens of Nigeria. But we still serve better if you people come to Nigeria aid. Nigerians are dying every day, and some of the leaders who are religious fanatics are less concerned because they are not the victims. Exactly what I said. If their children are involved in these things, you think they are going to be quiet like this? You think they will be silent like this? That very day, things must be done. Just a typical example was what happened to the CBN governor. I think that was 2 or 3 years ago, when the wife, according to what we heard, was kidnapped. That very day, they combed everywhere and the woman was rescued. What do you have to say to that? So guys, let us hear your opinion concerning the lawmakers' letter to the UN.